Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy TRUEDBZ back with another discussion video. In today's video, I will be discussing Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls and what characters I believe will make it into the final roster. Before we get into today's topic, please hit the like and subscribe button at the end if you enjoyed the video. It does wonders for the channel and helps me stay motivated to create more content like this. Also, be sure to check out the links down below. In the description are my links to my Twitter and Twitch account. My channel artist page, bossumans, on Twitter and TikTok are there, where he posts his artworks and commissions. And finally, there are my playlists that will provide you with more of my content. With all of that out of the way, let's get into today's topic. So today we're going to be talking about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the brand new game that was announced nearly 2 weeks ago. I was going to make a video about its announcement on the day it came out, but I was busy with other stuff and I really couldn't make a video on it. But a ton of other games also got announced within that time span. We have the new Invincible game versus tag game that's coming out. Hunter x Hunter is releasing their game relatively soon, and I believe 2XKL is releasing their tag fighter as well sometime this year. So tag fighting games have been pretty much on the rise for a good bit now, but today I'm going to be talking about Marvel Tokon, as I believe that this game interests me more than all the other games that were announced and or in the process of being released. So today I'm going to be going through the announcement trailer. I have seen this already, but I just want to go through it with you guys and then also look at some of the little details that maybe some of you might have missed. And then after we look over the announcement trailer, we're going to be doing a tier list, quote unquote, and me basically ranking what characters I believe will make it to the roster, what are my favorite characters or characters that I want to see, and then we'll also add in some characters that have a good chance of making it, but not 100%. So with all of that, let's get into the actual trailer. So this game is developed by Arc System Works, which is such a cool idea. Like I love Arc System Works. Obviously I started with Dragon Ball FighterZ, so they're technically the first fighting game company that I've ever played like their product. So of course I do have a soft spot for Arc System Works games. But honestly, I just love all their other games. I like Guilty Gear Strive for the amount of time I played it. BB Tag is also one of my favorite fighting games ever. Even just regular BlazBlue. I think BlazBlue Central Fiction is like the latest one officially in that series. That game is quite a bit of fun, and I believe Arc System Works worked on DNF Duel. DNF Duel is one of my favorite fighting games of all time, and I love DNF Duel, and it was also made by Arc System Works. So a lot of my favorite games ever was made by this company. So I have really high hopes on Marvel Tokon. Made by also with Marvel games. Dude, I remember when this trailer came out, like there were so many people dooming about the MVC series and stuff like that. And it's just like, maybe I'll make another video on that, but I guess the discussion kind of died down because this was really a big deal. And right after it came out, I don't think a lot of people care anymore, but there was a lot of doom posting on Marvel versus Capcom. And I just think that Marvel going to Arc System Works to make a tag fighter was probably the best thing they could have done. Like if they really didn't want to work with Capcom anymore, I think Arc System Works is probably the go-to fighting game company when you want to use like an actual licensed IP. I think they do it better than anyone else. Dude, look at this stage, bro. Look at that. The Fantastic Four Tower. You got the Daily Bugle. You got Avengers Tower. I'm pretty sure that building over here is the Doctor Strange cathedral, I think. Or this might be just a regular museum. I don't know what that is. FC something. But yeah, Daily Bugle, the Fantastic Four Tower, Avengers Tower, Oscorp. Like, dude, the references is crazy, dude. And there you go, the tag system. So what I believe, now we don't have confirmation, but it's believed that this game has an active tag feature, kind of like what BB tag has, and not the tag system of other tag games where like the tag is like a dedicated function. Where like in fighters, for the most part, when you want to tag out a character, like once you tag out a character, you can't really do anything while the tag is happening. Or if you call your assist, you can't then tag into the assist character. But here, kind of like in BB tag, you can call your assist and then tag into the character you called, and then also continue the combo afterwards. So that seems what's going on here. And it looks like there's some sort of guard cancel there. What Iron Man did with Spidey. The fact also, I love the designs. We'll talk about it probably like at the end of the video, but I just love all the designs of the characters. And yeah. Dude, the stage transitions, and I think this also confirms that this game is gonna have a Guilty Gear Strive system where you can break the wall and like cause like wall breaks. That's a pretty controversial mechanic. I personally think is a really cool mechanic if done well. I don't like the fact that a lot of fighting game players, or a lot of the older fighting game players, like to have fighting games be this one predetermined thing and they can't really do anything outside of that. Otherwise it's not considered a fighting game. Like, bring wall breaks in, bring active tag in, like bring crazier stuff to the genre, because that's what gets people excited. Like, there's only so many times you can play like Street Fighter or just regular tag games where like, oh yeah, you call your assist, okay, you do button assist into the corner, you get mixed up and then you die. Like, people want new stuff. Active tag is more prevalent than it was before, yes, but active tag is a cool mechanic that gets people in. And you know, wall breaks is a brand new mechanic that hasn't been seen on any real fighting game, at least for a while, since Strive came out. I know like Injustice, I think some of the Injustice games might have had stage transitions, but it wasn't like Strive where like you literally broke the wall and you went and entered another section of the map. Like, I think Injustice, you just got a cutscene that did damage and then it would place you back onto the regular map. But like here, it's just like a totally different part of the city. Also, just love the Avengers statue here that has like the classic characters, by the way. You got classic Iron Man, classic Captain America, and classic Thor. Love that. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Dude, I love this. They got an Avengers Museum too. I don't know if you guys see that. Maybe that was the building in the previous stage. The Avengers Museum. There we got Star-Lord. Dude, you're not gonna tell me this active tag system doesn't look fun as shit. Like, you just feel like you got so much freedom and there's so much movement, there's so much chaos. And it's not like with like other, at least the way that the trailer is showing it, it's not like it's hard to keep up. Like, at least the way it's showing here, like you can clearly tell like one character tags into another, right? And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like some internal cooldown on it, so you can't constantly be doing it over and over. But yeah, like, how can people look at this and be like, nah, this shit's not it? Like, come on, dude. On another part of the stage, I don't know what this is a reference to. These soldiers, are these shield agents? I don't think so. I don't think Shield wears all black. I'm not sure what that's a reference to either. This one, this stage, I'm kind of out of it. I'm not really sure what are the references here, but I know that they're there. I know that they're there. Oh, these are damage control people. Okay, so I think in the comics, these guys are the ones that like clean up after like superhero disasters. Like these are like the main force, the damage control guys, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that's a reference to. We got Dr. Doom. Dude, Storm looks so good, dude. I wanted to get a cool shot of her, but like Storm probably has my favorite design out of all the characters here. Like Storm looks so good. A 4v4 tag fighter, dude. This literally just breaks the mold out of all tag fighters before it. And like Arc System Works are not developers that like to like just do the bare minimum or do whatever everyone else is doing. Like they will go out of their way to do something new and crazy, and even if like a lot of people don't like it, at least they actually gave the idea a chance, right? With BB Tag, I know a lot of people didn't really like BB Tag because like the active switching and the fact that like you could use like assist and then tag into them, and then there was like the cross drive gauge. But like name another fighting game like BB Tag. Like there's almost no other, especially modern game. There's no modern game that plays like BB Tag. Like Our System Works are willing to throw crazy ideas at the wall just to see how it works and see player expression and stuff like. And that's why I like Arc System games. Like no matter how I feel about them, they are always unique, right? Almost every game that they make, it has their own clear identity. Fighters, BB, Guilty Gear, BB Tag, like any game that they make, it's unique. DNF Duel, like every game, especially the ones that I've played, have fundamentally different ideas and brand new ideas, I should say. Fundamentally different and brand new, and like they just pull it off so well in most cases. And there it is, Marvel Tokon, the newest, and well, I shouldn't say anime, the newest comic fighting game on the block, coming in 2026. I'm really excited for this game, like, bro. And this is a brand new map. This might actually, actually, I'm not really sure what this arena is based off. It kind of looks like Asgard. Now that I think about it, hold on, let me see if I can. This place kind of looks like Asgard. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the pillars? But this kind of looks like Asgard to me. But yeah, dude, look at this. If this is what all the battles beginning is gonna look, Spidey swinging, Iron Man flying in, Storm and Iron Man flying in. You got Kamala Khan using her big linky limbs to run faster than the other characters. Dude, this game is gonna cook. Alright, so now that we've broken down the trailer and just seeing like new stuff, we're gonna go into the tier list and I'll explain what we're gonna be going through forward. Thank you everyone for making it this far into the video. Just gonna take a quick break to do some shoutouts. First, shoutouts to my friends' channels. Please consider checking them out as they provide a variety of content, so at least one of them will have something that you'll enjoy. Second, if you live near the York, PA area, please head down to Ready Up Gaming Lounge. It's a place where gamers from every genre can come together and play in a comfortable and chill environment. They are open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day and hold dedicated events every week. For my channel's interest, they run Fighting Fridays, where for $5.30, you can play a multitude of fighting games with various players. They have big games like Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but they also have niche games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear Strive, Rivals of Ether 2, and more. Finally, shout out to all my supporters on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You guys really make doing content fun and worth pursuing. Alright, back to the video. Alright, so here we are with the tier list, or just a wish list, I should rename it. So I'm going to explain what each of these tiers are, and then we'll go through some of the rules at set place. So these are all the characters that are confirmed from Marvel Tokon. We have Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, other known as Kamala Khan. We have Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Ghost Rider, Doctor Doom, and Storm. So these are all the 8 characters that were confirmed in the announcement trailer. Now, it is a 4v4 fighter, so I would expect this roster to be at least 30 plus characters. So for here, I brought up fighters. So fighters has a max characters at base of 24. So you have 21 characters and the 3 unlockable characters, which are the blue bros, blue Goku and blue Vegeta, and then Majin 21. And then over the course of 5 years, no, I think Lab Coat came out year 6, I believe. But over 5-6 years, they have it. Fighters has a total of 44 characters. Now with Marvel Tokon being a 4v4 fighter, I will expect more characters at launch to compensate for the 4v4 system. So for this tier list, I'm actually gonna split it into 3 lists here, and it's all gonna be top 10, adding up to 30. This probably doesn't really matter because honestly, it's just all of it's just a guess here. But that's kind of like my way of like, these are my top 5 here, top 10 here, top 10 here, top 10 here. Because overall, we're probably gonna get 30 plus characters to justify a 4v4 system. So the way that these tiers work, this tier is all the confirmed characters. This tier are the must-haves. These are the characters that I believe will make it into the game 100%. If they don't make it in, it's kind of weird that they wouldn't make it into a Marvel fighting game. But these are like the must-haves, right? The characters that this game must have to draw in players and, you know, get the fan base rolling in. The next tier, my favorites, or my faves, are the characters that I personally want, regardless of how popular they are or whether or not that like they maybe not fit the type of game this is, maybe, but like these are like my personal favorites regardless of like how popular they are in the wider Marvel universe. And then the last tier is the good chance tier, which are characters that have a pretty good shot at making it into the roster regardless of whether or not I want them, the community wants them. I think that these are just really good characters that the developers can make them unique and then also have some drawing in power. And so yeah, so those are all the 3 tiers. So I'm gonna cut to my must-haves because I don't want to go through each character looking for them because this has like 1,000 plus characters. So I'm gonna cut until I have my top 10 for the must-haves, and then I'll discuss each character. So let's go into the must-haves. Alright guys, so now I have my top 10 list for the must-haves and Marvel Tokon. So here we have Black Panther, Cyclops, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Magneto, Thanos, Thor, Venom, and Wolverine. These are the 10 characters that I believe that will make it into the game. mostly due to the fact that all these characters are very popular among Marvel fans, and or I believe that they have very good gameplay potential when it comes to their move kits that Arc System Works usually tends to do with their characters. They tend to choose characters that allows them to like do new things with them, right? Not just, you know, fan favorites. If they can do both, then they'll do both. But I feel like they tend to make characters they tend to make characters that can give new ways of playing the game. And so I think that really applies to Doctor Strange, Thanos, Venom, and Magneto. And I think that the popularity goes to Cyclops, Black Panther, Deadpool, Hulk, Venom, Wolverine, I think, and Thor. I think these are like the popular picks. But I think like gameplay wise, they can probably do the most with like Strange, Magneto, Thanos if he has the stones or not. Thor, you can give him like lightning abilities, right? So these are my top 10, or this is my top 10 picks for the must-haves of Marvel Tokon. So next we're gonna go into my personal favorite picks. These aren't in any way, if I don't think that they have a, let's just say, over a 90% chance, but these are just characters that I want to see in a Marvel fighting game. So I'll be right back with my top 10 of those. Alright, so here's my list for my top 10 favorite characters that I would want to see in Marvel Tokon. Now, these aren't the characters that I think has the best shot of making it into the game, but these are the characters that I wish to see more than anyone else. So I have Ant-Man, Black Bolt, Blade, Captain Marvel, Falcon, Luke Cage, Quicksilver, Rogue, Spider-Man 2099, and Vision. Now, obviously, some of these characters have more of a shot than making it than others. I think Vision, Spider-Man 2099, Blade, Captain Marvel, all are characters that have a really good chance of making it. But obviously, Ant-Man, Black Bolt, Luke Cage, Quicksilver, Rogue probably doesn't have the best chance, but these are all the characters that I would really like to see in Marvel Tokon. And so finally, let's get into the final top 10, which are the characters that have a really good chance of making it into the roster, regardless of what my personal feelings are. So I'll be right back with that top 10. Alright guys, so here we are with my top 10 list for the good chance category. So all these characters I believe has a really good chance of making it into the roster, regardless of what I think. I think all of these characters are a lot relevant in terms of just the entire Marvel property, and has really good fan bases and or are connected to the characters that are already confirmed for the game already. So we have Daredevil, Gambit, Gamora, Loki, Luna Snow, Miles Morales, MODOK, Scarlet Witch, Taskmaster, and Ultron. So I picked all these characters for very particular reasons, unlike a lot of the other characters, which are kind of like blanket, like, oh, I like these characters so I'd make it, and or these characters are just popular so they'll make it. Each of these characters are pretty different wise. And also I have the Fantastic Four down here because I really couldn't choose which Fantastic Four member I should put in the good chance category, because I feel like if you're gonna have the Fantastic Four, you kind of have to have all four members. They're really, you know, connected as a family, as a unit. So I feel like if you're gonna add the Fantastic Four, and we already know the Fantastic Four does have some representation because their tower is in the game as in a map. So I feel like if they're gonna have the Fantastic Four, it has to be all four of them. It would just be too weird to have like only the Thing and Mr. Fantastic, or only Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, or only the Human Torch and the Thing, or the Human Torch and just Invisible Woman. I feel like you gotta have all four characters in there. So if this is like an all or nothing category, right? If one of them's in there, then the rest of them's in there. But going on to my actual top 10. So we have Daredevil, which I think he has a good chance of making it, because I feel like his moveset would be very interesting and unique that Arc System Works would be interested in making. And also, his TV shows overall has been like really popular with a lot of the Marvel Marvel people. Gambit is just a fan favorite. I don't think I need to explain why Gambit's on here. Gamora I put on here over any of the other Guardians because I mean Star-Lord is in the game, so I feel like it would be kind of weird for him to be the only Guardian of the Galaxy in the game. But also because Rocket and by extension Groot has already been in Marvel fighting games before. Rocket more notably than Groot. But I feel like Gamora has enough good stuff in her toolkit to where she would stand out. And also we kind of have an idea of what Gamora would play like because of Marvel Infinite that had both Gamora and Rocket and Groot, right? So this one is kind of up in the air for another Guardians member. It could be Rocket, it could be Groot, heck, it could be Mantis or Drax, but I think Gamora just fits the bill a lot more than Rocket or any of the other members. Loki is obviously here for popularity, and also he's a trickster, he has magic. I feel like Arc System Works can really make a very unique and very fun Loki moveset. Luna Snow is here because of popularity. She's gained a lot of popularity thanks to Marvel Rivals and the mobile Marvel game, which I think it's like Marvel Fights or something like that. But yeah, she debuted in a Marvel mobile game, and then she got converted into the actual Marvel mythos, the actual Marvel comics, and now she's kind of like the main character, well, not the main character, but one of the main characters in Marvel Rivals. So they're really pushing Luna Snow in pretty much all the Marvel properties, and so I would be very surprised if Luna Snow is not in Marvel Tokon. Miles Morales is obviously here because of popularity, thanks to his movies and his comic books, and so I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer to have another Spider-Man in a Marvel fighting game. Next is kind of a weird pick in MODOK. I think MODOK is just here just because his moveset would be very unique, and ArcSys can really do a lot when it comes to MODOK. So maybe he's not the most popular villain in all of Marvel, but he's definitely the most unique looking, and also I believe that Arc System Works would do really well with a moveset like MODOK. Scarlet Witch is here due to popularity in both the comics and in her movie runs. A lot of people love the Scarlet Witch as a character, and I feel like her being in a Marvel fighting game makes sense thanks to, you know, her having magical and telepathic abilities can make a really cool moveset. Taskmaster is here because I believe his moveset would be very unique. Taskmaster in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, or I believe he was only in 3, but he was one of the more unique characters because he took moves from other characters to kind of blend them all together. So I feel like Arc System Works can really do something with that because of characters like Android 21 and fighters. You know, she can steal moves from other characters. So I can see a possibility where Taskmaster like steals abilities from other characters on your team or on the opponent's team and like use it to form his own unique playstyle. And then Ultron is here due to popularity, and he's just one of the best villains in all of Marvel. So it would be really weird for Ultron not to be in Marvel Tokon. So that is all of my top 10 lists for characters that I believe will make it into the game and characters that, you know, I personally want to see. So just for a recap, we have all the confirmed characters so far. We have Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Ghost Rider, Doctor Doom, and Storm. My personal top 10 must-haves is Black Panther, Cyclops, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Magneto, Thanos, Thor, Venom, and Wolverine. My top 10 favorite picks would be Ant-Man, Black Bolt, Blade, Captain Marvel, Falcon, Luke Cage, Quicksilver, Rogue, Spider-Man 2099, and Vision. Then for my top 10 for a good chance of making it into the roster, we have Daredevil, Gambit, Gamora, Loki, Luna Snow, Miles Morales, MODOK, Scarlet Witch, Taskmaster, and Ultron. with a little caveat in being the Fantastic Four as a group, because once again, I feel like if you're going to add the Fantastic Four, you have to do all or nothing with these guys. So, with all that said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it's a little different than what I usually do, but hopefully you guys will like it. And when more Marvel Tokon news is announced, then I will be sure to make a video as fast as humanly possible. And when the game actually comes out, I will be playing it on this channel. So let's you know, get our waiting pants on, because we're gonna be waiting for a while for this game, but I'm really excited for it. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please support the channel by hitting the like and subscribe button. Remember to check out my links in the description. And that's all I have for today. So have a good evening, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.